Hello. I'm just going to... I'm emotional this session. I'm doing something a little different today. Welcome. So this session is normally just for my It's Your Destiny membership. And so today, for the first time, I'm going to go live. I got this divine guidance to go live with this session. I'm just going to bring down this music. I got to go live on this session on Instagram. So I'm following the guidance. Hello, if you're joining me on Instagram. I'm Erin Trethowan. I am a facilitator, coach, abundance mastery queen, I'm going to call it today. That's the vibe that's coming through. And yeah, I'm emotional. Like there's emotion. I can feel the vibe of the energy here. Hello. I'd love to know your name. Mama Porter. Hello. I'm live in my group and I'm also live here. So this is exciting. This is normally something I do with my It's Your Destiny group. And this is the first one for the year. It's an Hi, Ashley. Lovely to meet you. Welcome. And yeah, what's going to unfold feels really kind of magical today. This is an abundance mastery session. So this is about being in alignment with abundance. What do we need to do to open to more abundance? I'd love to know in the chat on Instagram, and my peeps who are in It's Your Destiny, like I know most of them quite well. So I'd love to hear on kind of where you're at with the abundance vibe and how that feels when you hear the word abundance. You know, are you feeling like it's surrounding you? Are you feeling like you've got a block to it? Are you feeling like there's some kind of, because it feels open, but there feels like I can feel emotion because coming up in my eyes just before I was channeling, and I was feeling this wave of emotion that was shifted my energy over to the Instagram. So I always trust what's aligned, and it's no probably surprise or surprise isn't quite the right word. They're kind of telling me it's no, if you find this Instagram live, and Ashley, if you found this Instagram live, it's for a reason. Like I definitely always get that. I'm getting the goosebumps to say you are where you're meant to be right now. And clearly I am as well. I just recorded a podcast and it was all around true love and calling in your true love partner, but true love kind of comes across the board. So it can be clients, it can be money, true love can be your passion, I'm just going to admit some people into the group here. Yes, Ashley. Can you drop in the chat? Just let me know if you are a entrepreneur, are you a mom, are you what's your vibe? I'd love to hear that. That'd be really brilliant. I'm just going to pin myself to this chat. Hello, Floria. How are you going today? I'm live on Instagram as well as in this group today. So you can come and jump on Instagram as well, but we're in the chat on It's Your Destiny in the Abundance Mastery experience. And then we're also live on Instagram. And over here we've got Ashley. She's joined the chat and she's letting us know what she's got going on. I was doing my download before I came on, and it's like, go live in the group, and then it's like go live in Telegram, because I have a vibe channel in Telegram, and normally I just do voice drop, and it was like go live on camera, and I was like in the vibe channel, I was like okay, and then all of a sudden it was no, go live on Instagram, and I was like okay. So we're doing an abundance mastery. Drop in the chat where you're at, how you're feeling about abundance, and where you're at. Do you feel like you're blocked to abundance right now? Do you feel like you're getting money in right now? Do you want more money? Okay, so I'm just going to read this. I'm starting a spiritual coaching business. Welcome to the right place. This is what I do. I've been doing it for 10 years. I also have 2 little girls, a caregiver to my grandma with dementia. Oh, yes, beautiful. And I do work full time. Oh, lots of busy. That's pretty much my client. I think Floria, she's got 3 businesses, 2 jobs, and a beautiful family at home. And so do a lot of the other women who come into my world. It's Your Destiny there's 2 ways you can get into this, by the way, is basically through the membership, which is 177 Australian dollars a month, or you can come into my one-on-one coaching and then you get to come in here as a bonus as well. And there's so much goodness. Is that right, Floria? Lots of goodness. Yeah. So do you want to drop in the chat where you're at? We're doing abundance mastery. So I used to do last year, this session used to be called Rapid Alignment. And if you've seen any of my stuff online, you may have seen slow and steady wins the race. We like to slow down to speed up because energy likes to build momentum, but I also talk about elevation. So we want to be bringing in a high frequency energy. This is very high today, as well as we're going deep in our embodiment. So we're doing both with our abundance. For mastery of abundance, you need to have both. You cannot be all airy-fairy and not have the grounding and the depth into your body. And if you have too much depth, you can get too heavy and not have that connection to your soul. So we're wanting to align, it's a holistic thing. And so very much for abundance for me is aligning the masculine and feminine energies. And we're bringing that into alignment so that we are aligned with our soul. In my world, the soul is the only boss. The divine is the main source of everything. And so abundance is how high can you vibrate close to the divine? Like how can you, be a human, having a human experience and be enjoying your life, opening up to more, coming into your life. And the thing is with embodiments, we talk about your nervous system, the energetics, and thank you, beautiful. And the energetics, and also with women, we are emotional beings. I'm not going to deny it. I'm just getting a vibe. They're telling me to take my shoes off. So I'm like, okay, we're getting our shoes off for this. I'm like, oh, good. And so I really am looking for in this session for what we want to look at. It's a mastery of abundance, but we first need to look at what is it that, I'm channeling the divine here. They're telling me share what they want me to share with you, for the people who are meant to see this, for the people who are meant to hear this. I've been calling you in for a while now, just elevating that. And I can hear the energy is like, how do I find balance, right? How do I find the balance between the 2 energies? And on one side, the feminine, we've got all this, I'm a woman, I'm going to get it all done. I can feel, I've got to keep an eye on everything. It's almost like trying to control this energy. And then on the other side with the masculine, it's like, oh my God, I need to slow down. This is going too fast for me. And I'm not at my own body's rhythm. So often the masculine, we need a container that's safe enough within ourselves to hold everything we want to hold, so that we can expand our feminine energy, right? So I'm getting that Floria's got a lot of good things going on this morning, definitely, but aware this morning that I need to go back to slow down again. Yeah, because you go into work, a lot of you will go into the workplace and it is set under masculine structures. And so you will feel the speed up of energy. I guarantee if you're on my live and you're in this room, you are opening a business that you do not want to run like that. And you want to create income without having all that speed, and that can move with your own rhythms and your own bodily intelligence, and that inner knowing. You'll move from more an intuitive place, and you want to trust your body. When we're in masculine, I want to say patriarchal systems, I'm going to say, we actually end up having like this. It's safe. It's about safety, and we kind of get used to the safety of this environment. Like it's like unsafe for our nervous system, but we're so used to it that we don't even know anymore that it's actually not great for us. But there's this calling for something more. And the moreness is your nervous system saying, I need to stop now and I want to expand. So when I talk about that, we're going to be looking at, I keep getting these two energies, like there's this, balancing that masculine, feminine energy is what creates the unity. And the quickest way to do that is to jump in to soul alignment, because your soul doesn't actually know masculine, feminine energy. I'm going to say this is really interesting. It doesn't know masculine, feminine. It knows source. So when you're aligned with your soul, you're going to get alignment with the energy and the rhythm and the divine timing and the energy that's coming. See how I'm moving from my heart space, that you're going to get from your heart space out into the world. And so when we're moving from that space, it's showing me waves of energy, and we're moving from this way. Notice how I'm not fast. I'm breathing. So everyone take a deep breath. It feels good. Taking deep breath, everyone. Feeling that energy moving through your body. And we're creating a momentum from the heart space rather than from the head space, from the human space, or the ego space, I want to call it. We want to breathing in, breathing out. Your breath has so much rhythm and it has so much information. And my job as an energy nuance kind of expert, like I can dive in and go, okay, let's look at this. Are you right to look at this flow? If we want to go there first, we're looking at the energy. It's like, what do we want to focus into? So I'd ask you to put in the chat, what are you actually focusing in on right now? So the breath's coming in and out, but what is it directing you to? What is it saying for you to focus on? And is it actually the thing that you want to be focusing on? Just sit with that for a minute. So we've got the breath, it's moving. We're opening our heart space more. We're opening the energy. But we're listening to what it's telling us. What I'm hearing is that there's a tendency to contract, right? I can feel it. So it's like, what is the tendency to contract? What is the thing telling you that's telling you to contract it? All this power. Every time you get into your power, you're doing this and you're shrinking it. What are you telling yourself to shrink it? Or what have you heard? Because what I'm hearing over here is, what have you heard that's telling you to shrink it? So someone's told you, this isn't okay. Yeah, okay. So we're getting, I have to do more. I have to do more. As soon as you say I have to do more, the energy does this. Can you feel it? It's like, and what do we want? What is our heart really desiring? I have to do more, or I want to be more. I started my work 10 years ago and I had a program and it was called Be More You. Because essentially, there's nothing I'm going to tell you that you don't have inside of you. What I help with is let's just tweak things a little bit, move things a little bit, or some insight drops in, or we're getting that alignment of energy around, it's like the container. I want to be more, align more. Yeah, beautiful, right? So the energy is telling you that you are expanded for more. There's something else there. You are always going to want more. And that's good. Now, what you want to ask, Ashley, is, am I wanting more? Am I desiring more? Like, is it a heart space more? Where is the more coming from? think about the energies that we've been talking about, masculine, feminine. Is the more coming from an expansion, or is it saying open your heart more, be more, allow more, give yourself permission to be more, not do more, put the do more down, no more. You don't need to do anything else. Yes, you can laugh all you like. Floria, she's like, no, down, put the energy down. Put the idea of doing down. We're not here to do. We will move with aligned action, but we're not here to do. Doing is like an old paradigm, and I'm seeing this little voice pop up. Hello, do more. It's like jumping. You know, I'm visualizing these. You know those Jack in the Boxes. It's like, hello, do more. It's like surprise. I want more peace and quiet within, and not the outside noise. Control my energy better. Okay, so when you're wanting peace and quiet and not the noise outside, I'm probably going to say, do you know your human design, Ashley? If you want to drop it in the chat, if you do. If you don't, I'm going to suggest you probably have open head center or ajna. It's something like that, because if you're hearing a lot of noise and it feels noisy, this is where we want to learn to drop into our body. And it doesn't really matter what your human design is, to be honest. This is a story for the human race. It's like, we don't need to use our mind all the time, because our cellular memory, so I'm a family and systemic constellation facilitator, and that I work with the cells in your body. Your cells know more than you let on. Like, the cells in our body have a brain, and they're all talking. And there's masculine and feminine energy in those cells, and they're trying to be like, let's come together and be one. Let's come together and be one. So we want to reduce conflict. So these are the times when we want to bring things together so that they're aligned. But as soon as we go into our body, we might contract, because there'll be uncomfortableness. There'll be fear. I can feel it. I can feel fear. I can feel, there's, so this here in the body is a meridian for the gallbladder and heart, and it moves this way. And what we're doing, if you want to just give this a bit of a stroke, it's like through underneath the breastbone, breathing, it's touching a meridian. It goes right to the side of the rib, if you can see where I'm hitting. So straight underneath, and you can literally feel the pressure points into your ribs. Feels contracting, and there's pain, because this is where anger is stored as well. So the anger sits a lot of the time here and then into the gut. But this meridian in particular is all about where your heart is, love is, joy is, because it's associated to the heart chakra, the meridian, and it's showing me like the blockage is underneath here. That's why sometimes they say don't wear a bra. We want to burn the bra as women. This is why, because the wire and the bra affect this meridian all the time. Throw them out, I say. No, I'm still wearing one. It's okay. So feeling into that meridian. Put in the chat, let me know, is that tender? Is there any place along the meridian? So you're bringing it like this. So if I was doing a energy alignment session, like if I was getting you to tap on points, or I was doing a clearing, this is what we're clearing today. It's the heart space. It's actually the lower intestine. There's a few different things that are connected to this space. And so it's kind of like how you digesting information, how you, like, it's the breathing of the lungs area. It's almost like there's a holding of the breath, right? So as you're breathing, okay, we're going to take a moment. Let's sit here. The cells remember, the body is telling us information, and we have the power to shift it. So what happens is, like, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. Most days I wake up at different times, but 5 o'clock last 2 mornings with absolute pain, headache, right side body pain, and I get it on a regular basis. So I do get up, I do my Tao healing practices, and then I shift it. I have a coffee because it shifts them. It seems to shift the blockages in my actual veins. I think it opens up things that are kind of holding. But I also then move into what other practices can I do to open up the energy. As soon as we go to sleep, we're kind of in a place of no man's land, and you dream weird things, and the subconscious is trying to work things out and process things. And if we're not doing that in our consciousness, our sleep can become quite, I would say, like, not restful. Now, I would feel like I'm getting a restful sleep, and then I get woken up with this pain behind my body, and I'm like, ah. It's like all this, and I'm like, okay. So I'm clearing the negative information, because this is all it is. Pain is negative information. And what stops us, so if you're ruminating on something, it's too noisy, there's a lot of things going on, you got to remember the kids, you got to remember the school lunches, you got to remember to go to work, you know. I got to school yesterday, and then I was like, we've got Liam Neeson in town right now who's filming. Yeah, pretty snazzy. But not, because he's blocked off all our streets. And we're like, it's hilarious. I'm like, oh, this is what happens in energy. It's like the superstars come in, he's blocking off all the streets, they're doing car chases, and they're doing all these things. And I laugh because yesterday morning we're up, because I had the headache. We're up so early, my daughter and I are ready for school, and we get there, and we're way early than normal. And I go, we forgot your school bag. Okay, off we go. I have to go back all through the thing, pick up the school bag, come back, and I'm like, oh my God. So we end up on time, at least. But it's just those things, like we have all these things as women to remember. And so when we're not in our body, it's actually harder to remember. We think if we let go of our mind, we won't be able to remember. But the body's remembering unconsciously, like literally. You know, the body is remembering in your cells, and it will continue this unconscious behavior, which is like me waking up with this headache. There's an unconscious energy, negative information, whether it's mine or my ancestors or a past life, like probably all three, because it was quite a strong energy. And it's interesting because it's about, you know, when you have headache and migraine, it's often blockages in your chi channel. It's also blockages in your message centers, in your intuitive downloads, in the way you are operating. So when I get up, I'm like, I have the best day the night before. I'm in my feminine energy, and then I go to sleep and I wake up. I haven't processed fully the masculine stuff that I needed to process yet, because I'm still opening that and working on it, because we're on this life journey. It's not I'm done yet. Like, no one's done. We're literally going, this energy saying, I need clearing. I'm in pain. I want to clear this. And so I wake up going, oh God, I feel like I've been hit by a bus. And let me tell you a story. I'm a storyteller. So my ex-husband from 20-something years ago, when we were married, he was hit by a car. And every time I say at the moment I was hit by a bus, I keep having his mind come in, hence the masculine energy. Because in my 2025, I'm looking at calling in a new partner. And so all the things that need to be seen in the masculine and feminine energy for me to vibrate for this vibrational match for the partner I'm calling in, or the clients I'm calling in, because love and money are crossed over. So if you started your business and the revenue's not coming in, it might not be a block in money, it might be a block in love. And majority of it's a block in love, if you want to go down there. If the path of resistance is love and light, feeling joy, feeling expansion, and having that energy come together, the unity of oneness, bringing out who we are to the world, showing up, both those need to be switched on to the divine energies. So the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Both. The divine masculine, I've only recently been like, you know, a lot of the time you'll hear on the internet everywhere, you know, opening up your feminine energy, opening up your feminine energy. I'm going to say you're a woman, and if you're in real hustle, then we're going to look at the masculine because you're in real hustle. So if you're doing burnout and hustle, we're going to look at masculine energy straight away. So people come into my world and we shift them into this energy, but you can't just shift into that and not clear up this fully, because this will talk unconsciously until you do. And it'll take, like the masculine, as soon as you go into doing, you will go into the old pattern, which creates the burnout. And so it's like, what kind of container, what kind of masculine energy would be divine? So I want you to think about this and put it in the chat. What kind of energy in a masculine sense, if you're taking action, you're moving, you're creating motion, like this is the energy. There's safety, there's presence, there's like we're solidifying this divine masculine energy. We don't want to call in like the unsafety of the history of women. Like we want to create a new paradigm, right? And to do that, we need that masculine. And so if you're just floating around the feminine, you're never going to get anything done. And if you're too far into the masculine, you're going to be do, and you won't be listening to your body and your intuitive hits and your, you know, the way you want to move in the world. So if you want to create a business and you're saying, I don't want hustle, I'm doing a business because I no longer want to work and I don't want this version of masculine, I can shift into the feminine. But if you don't bring up this energy in a divine sense, you won't get the abundance. The abundance needs to have flow between the two. This is the figure 8, you know. It's like comes in one way, out the other, comes in one way, out the other. So this is the kind of energy we want to navigate. And then as we learn and grow, this is becomes the spiral effect. As we vibrate up and higher, we're going to get to a new alignment of these energies. It's not like, oh, it's done, sorry. Because sometimes we're vibrating and we all of a sudden, we're like, oh, I feel really good. Everything's really well. I feel like I'm in alignment. And then something happens and it'll trigger a negative wound. Now, most people don't stop and go, okay, what's happening here? But people with growth mindset, they're going to do that. You're the ones who stop and go, whoa, what's happening here? Why am I feeling negative? Why am I not getting the results yet? Why am I doing this? Now, there's two things. If you go into how, you won't get the result. It's like, how can I fix it? How can I save it? How can I it? No. So we're in the energy of alignment by stopping, taking a moment, pausing, taking a breath. We're not stopping momentum fully. We're just pausing. So take a moment to say, I'm just going to take a pause, not I'm going to stop, because that terrifies people too. Because if you think, oh my God, I'm going to go to a stop. By the way, there's no actual way you can stop. We don't stop. Even when we sleep, we're not stopping. There's no such thing as stopping. Momentum and movement is always happening. You're breathing without knowing in your sleep. Your subconscious is processing. You're resting your body and your energy. Hands up if you get restful night's sleep. You wake up going, yeah, good. That's good. Yes, yes, yes. You wake up, you go, oh my God, I feel good. Do you get the 3 o'clock slump? Bit of both. You can talk. As long as you don't mind being live. I'm jumping up and down. People are like, what is this woman doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, these two energies are talking. So we're slowing down. We're pausing. And the pause is, I'm slowing down enough to pay attention to what's happening in my body. Can you feel yourself landing? Sometimes, yeah. It's a practice. This is the practice. You know, you can go meditate on a mountain and then go home to work, to your children, to your family. Like, this is the point of spirituality in the world we live in. A lot of spiritual, and if you're being a spiritual coach, the spiritual story is you do it alone. You go and sit in a mountain, you become one with the divine. It's like, well, that's not the story of spirituality anymore, because we can't go sit in a mountain. But we can take a pause like we're on the mountain. Yeah. Lately, I felt exhausted, but just kept going because of the I have to do more story. Abundance mastery. It's interesting because there's a desire for more, and we think doing will get us there because we've been absolutely conditioned for generations and generations. And generations. Like, I can go back 7. But not just that, you have had past lifetimes that are adding to this, right? So, hands up. And if you're watching the replay on the membership or on Facebook, on Instagram, if I get the guidance to drop it for replay on Instagram, I will. But if you're watching this, you need to put your permission in the chat, because we're going to do a bit of healing. I'm getting the vibe. I'm getting told, this is what we're healing today. It's like, this is what we're drawing it into. This is what needs to shift. And it feels like when we release the negative information, because this is what we're doing in a healing. I'm a Tao Healing Hands practitioner. I'm also multiple different types of healing, so we get the whole shebang. You don't just get like one. They all come together when I do a healing. And what we're wanting to do is take the story of I have to do more, because what I'm hearing is you can take pause occasionally. When do you think you don't take pause is because you think you have to do more. Yeah. Yes, please. Beautiful. Drop in the chat if you would like to receive a clearing around this doing more, this masculine do, patriarchal, blah, 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 blah. Just very loud and big, and, you know, like it's how we put, yeah, beautiful, Ashley, that's great. And it's how, like, can you see how it gets bigger as soon as we're like, hello? Because, like, this gives the whole culture we live in says this is the way it's done. This masculine, do more and you will have more. Do more and you will get more. Do more and you will be more. No. It works for some people. Energetically, it will work. My experience didn't work. I made money. I didn't have health. I didn't have health in my relationships. I didn't have health in my work, in my balance of life. I didn't have health or wealth, by the way, because when you don't have health, you don't have wealth. Wellness stems from the word wealth, which stems from, you know, like health, wealth, they're all in flow. This is what we're looking for. We're not looking with, like, the vision for this healing is health, wealth, Do you believe you deserve to have those things? Loving, kind, beautiful relationships, a beautiful, loving, kind business, loving, kind customers. Like, I'm pretty blessed, I want to say. But more of them? You don't get them that way, by doing more. You get them by being the version of you that has those things now. And I'm not saying that you're not kind people, because I know you are. But somebody probably told you business isn't about being kind. Business isn't about having emotion. Business isn't about leadership that's led from a place of like feminine energy. Letting your feminine energy lead and knowing that you are completely supported by the divine is divine masculine moving with you. So then you're united in your leadership, right? You're united in the way you move forward. Now, I want to get started because I'm mindful that I'll get kicked off here because I think it's only an hour. So, and we're only on it for an hour today. So what I want you to do is feel in your body, both your permission, anyone else who comes live or watches replays, the permission needs to be given that you would like to receive this. This is a healing around not allowing yourself to pause when you're exhausted, when you know you need a rest, and dropping the story, I have to do more. Now, as this healing comes through, close your eyes, just leaning in on, sitting in your chair. I may chant soul language. I may, it's getting hot in here so that we're clearing the energies. I may chant or sing soul language. I will guide you as well. So just take a moment. This is for anyone on the line as appropriate. It's a one-time blessing. I'm going to call in the divine feminine, the divine masculine. I'm going to call in Tao source energy, the divine. I'm going to call in all the goddesses and gods. I'm going to call in the saints, the Buddhas. You can call in any religious part that you would like to call in as well. If you have a particular deity, if you have a particular goddess that you worship. I always love to bring in, I have a personal connection with Kali. I also have a personal connection with the Mother Mary, Jesus, saints, Buddhas, gurus. We're going to call in the part of you that is compulsed to do more. Take a deep breath in. You can feel that when we're calling them in. We're going to call in the soul, mind, body of the part of you that has the compulsion, the part of your ancestors that has the compulsion, the parts of your past lives that have this compulsion. And take a deep breath in again. Right in. You may feel tight as you're breathing, so just notice that. Leaning into the chair, your body is fully supported. If you're lying down, that's okay. If not, it's okay too. I'm going to turn on a special Tao healing treasure for true love today, because interestingly, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the tender qualities in the Tao, beautiful kindness, love, forgiveness, flourishing, humility, enlightenment. You're here because you love growth, you love development, you love the thought of expanding more and being more. and you want to put down the legacy of doing more. We don't want to pass this on to our next generations. We want to change this. We're going to trust that everything always gets done, that is needs to be done, that is not driven by ego, that is not driven by unalignment, that is not driven by fear, that is not driven by contraction. Take a deep breath in. Tao healing. All my Tao healing treasures, my Tao healing hands. Connecting to source, connecting to all of the guides who are here, all of your spiritual teams that are here. And we're asking you to guide us, to share with us, to serve humanity, to live out our purpose here on the planet. Tao healing starts. Show me to let go of responsibility in the feminine, in the masculine, letting go of what is not yours, what you are not responsible for, letting go and lifting it up to the source to take care of, trusting that you are taken care of by the divine, trusting the abundance, trusting the guidance, trusting that being more of you is imperative for the expansion that you want to invoke, that you want to embody. We're letting go of the need to keep it all together, to manage it all. We're letting go from leading with our minds to leading with our heart, soul, mind and body together. We don't dismiss the mind. We love the mind. The mind is important. It is imperative. But it can make us feel responsible and contract if we're leading from a place that isn't our birthright, that isn't our feminine cycles, that isn't our divinity, that isn't from our sovereignty. Just releasing anything in your heart to clear the space. The heart is the message center, that is the place where you receive guidance, where you hear the call, where you feel the desire. And there are times when that space is just for you. I want you to find in your heart space the space that is for you. You love so much. You give so much. I want you to find the space in your heart, breathing into it, that is for you. And I want you to anchor that energy down through your solar plexus, down through your sacral, down through the root chakra, down into the ground. And I want you to ground it, go into the ground and find a crystal and anchor that into the earth. This is your time to walk the planet. This is your time to choose how you want to live, how you choose to move forward, how you create the story, how you choose to speak, how you choose to think, what you choose to feel. You are not a victim to your reality. You're not a victim at all. You are deeply connected to the souls of the people that want to work with you. You are deeply connected to the souls in your life. And you are deeply connected to humanity. Whether you've given birth or not. This is our natural state. It's in our sovereign state. As a soul living a human experience, we are deeply connected to each other. And you will feel pressure from the outside world. But if you don't have that space in your heart for you, you will not listen. You won't hear it. You will let everything override that little voice that's for you. We're opening up the space for you to listen. Not do, listen. We pause and we listen. And we don't just listen with our ears. We listen with our whole body. It is imperative. Our whole body. Trust. Take a deep breath in. Releasing on the breath out. There's negative information being shifted through the healing. It's coming down, it's shifting out, and then beautiful white, golden light is filling it. You're being filled with positive information, positive energy, positive abundance, virtue, flourishing, gloriousness, awe, abundance, prosperity, wealth, health, joy. That is your divine right. And the more you listen to the voice in your heart, the more you will receive. I just want to open your heart space and say, I am willing to receive more. I'm dropping the doing more and I'm going to receive more. I'm willing to receive more. I am listening. I'm willing to receive the guidance. I'm willing to receive my heart's desires. I'm willing to receive the moves, the actions, the aligned moves, the aligned, intelligent, inspired action. We're going to listen to the pings. Listen. And if we don't know, don't jump until you feel you've listened. And if it says leap, take it. Trust. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. How? Trust. Thank you, Ashley. Beautiful. Enjoy. Trust. Trust. Take a moment. Just feeling your body. Roll your shoulders. Drop in the chat how you feel in your body. How, gong song, gong song, gong song. Thank you, all souls respectfully return. Aligned. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Gong song, gong song, gong song. All souls respectfully returned. Thank you, Instagram. If you want to know more, you can drop below or jump into my DMs. Beautiful. I'm going to just jump off and speak to my It's Your Destiny team. If you want to jump into the membership, you can. 177 Australian dollars a month, and you get a 7-day free trial. Yay! Ciao, ciao.